to RPG Maker MZ. I am Regicide. Welcome. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. You will notice I say awesome quite a lot. It's okay though. Alright, so last time we left off with doors and switches, and today we're going to catch up with some of the more advanced stuff. Today we're starting with Database Basics 1, Step 12. So we click on Help, go to Tutorial, click on Step 12, we say Start Tutorial, and then it does the little pop-up thingy. Do you have the project? Yes, I do. Then we load it up, the little folder. We go to our RMMZ folder, go on the game, and there we go. Project loaded. Sweet. Okay, just bear with me. So we're going to do some database editing. We're going to add some items, edit some items, and the game comes with a very big variety of built-in items with built-in and pre-coded values that you can change yourself. Let's go have a look and let's see what we're getting into. We click on the little cog with the clipboard and we see our actors tab, classes, all of those things all the way down on the left-hand side. The actors is quite important because it's your characters as well as your friendlies and so forth. We're going to just use, the game uses actor to call characters, so yeah, and party and so forth. So each character has a class. So you've got swordsman, then you've got martial artist, you'll see on the classes tab, and you can then, based on what this actor is, you can edit the class, you can edit the names, levels, profile, even the images, weapons, add some unique traits for that specific character. We click on the classes tab, and then we'll see the different classes, which is swordsman, sorcerer, priest, You can change it, you can make it your own. So martial artist, let's change it. Instead of making it martial artist, we make it ninja. That way we have ninjas instead of martial artists, because yeah, ninjas are cooler, I guess. So we've got parameter curves as well, which this causes certain things to increase. So based on your level, you'll increase that way. You can change it. You can generate a curve if you want to. You can make it fast leveling rate, so it does that. You can make it a slow leveling rate, but we're just going to keep it at normal. A good, and we're going to press cancel actually, we don't want to mess with anything. So on the right hand side, we'll have traits. Traits are important because you need specific traits to equip certain weapons. There's another explanation further on, but I'll explain it as I go. You can configure various traits. So let's say swordsman swordsman has the small shield equip armor as its trait, whereas the knight has large shield behind this little thing here. Sorcerer doesn't have the shield, so you see what I mean. Like you have to add different traits so that your heroes can use those abilities. You can configure them and you can make equipment types for specific units and stuff like that. So the hit rate at the top is what the tutorial will heavily emphasize, and also the other parameters here: hit rate, target rate, evasion rate, and critical rate. Personally, I wouldn't recommend adjusting those on the base level unless you have a preset game plan, so to speak, because if you accidentally delete hit rate, for example, it's gone. You won't be able to attack your enemies anymore. So bye-bye. Just stand around like a potato. No fun. So we click on weapons. We move on to the next area, which is items. And each item, for example, will have its traits. So longsword is a sword type, weapon type. So only classes with the traits equip sword can use it. You see. Also, if you see on the sword or on the different weapons, they'll each have a hit rate. So that hit rate is plus 0%, reducing your heroes or characters' hit rate to 95%. You can make it lower, you can make it higher, you can change it. It's your decision. So we're going to go over to the states tab, and we're going to have a look at what these are. You've got dead, guard, immortal. Each of these you yourself can have a look at through a bit more because there's quite a lot. You can also change the maximum at the bottom where you can implement more of these. You can double your money or items, and dead is generally, yeah, generally dead. So poison, blind, silence, confusion, charm, sleep, things like that. You'll see here that there's duration in turns in the middle under removal conditions. And each of these will have its own removal conditions. They're not permanent. Stuff like, let's say, dead. Dead is permanent unless the character is revived by something. Otherwise, most things have a duration and end after a certain amount of turns. So if you click on any of these states, you'll see that while your character has that state, this trait will appear in your character. So we go back to the classes, and over here we're going to look at skills that we can learn, or learnable skills, and like magic or special moves and things like that. Over here, you can also add different skills. If you double click, you can create a learnable skill, or you can select some from the previous ones. So we're quickly going to go have a look at the skills tabs, and maybe we can make one. All right, so we've got attack and guard as our basic ones, and we don't generally change that because they're just 100% success rate, repeat, it is what it is. The other ones, however, so we've got dual attack, double attack, triple attack, and all of those ones are configured that you can also change yourself if you wish to. So we can change some of the descriptions. We scroll down to heal 52, number 52, heal 1. And over here, it'll say recovers, it says heals an ally for 500 HP. So recovers 5 or more HP for one ally. So over here, we'll say heals an ally for 500 HP or more. I don't want to edit it too much. And then we click on Fire 1, which is all the way down at 0099. So it burns a targeted enemy for 100 damage, but we're going to say it deals 100 damage, deals 100 fire damage. Let's say fire type damage. Fire type damage to an enemy. Say next. Then we scroll down to Spark at 119. It says deals about 100 lightning damage to all enemies. So we're just going to say deals 100 electric damage to all enemies. I think that's fine. Leave it as is. Deals 100 electric damage to all enemies. So from here we go over to the items tab. And we're going to add a description for the skills, for an item like we did with the skills. So we go over to the potion. And it says restores health. Okay, that's nice. Restores 500 health. HP, let's say HP for one unit ally. Let's say one ally. Why not? We say okay. We go over to the magical water at 10 and recovers 300 MP for one unit. Okay, so restores 300 MP to one ally, for one ally, sorry, for one ally. All right. Then we're down here at the spell hub. It says removes all negative status effects and cannot be used on dead allies. That sounds about right. That's thorough. So we say next. We click on stimulant. I've already changed this one actually. I've renamed it to Resurrection Valve because it sounds cool. Stimulant just sounds like, hey, you want some caffeine, bruh? So it raises an ally and gives them 50% HP. Perfect. We scroll over to the enemies tab, and you'll see here are all the enemies. You can add enemies, you can create your own enemies, you can change the enemies that are there. I already did. I changed the previous ones were called gnomes. I changed them to magic shrooms because they do look like magic shrooms. Don't ask me how I know, it doesn't matter. So there are 5 enemies in the list. You can change them, you can add them, you can change their parameters just like you do with the actors. You can also change the items they drop, the rewards they drop, but we'll go into that in another video later on. When you do change anything about enemies, you have to make sure that your troop tab correlates. So you have to make sure that you have the same information in your troops tab, otherwise the game will freak out and you wouldn't know what to do. So these troops are the enemies that will fight and what the game will look like, and we will add them from the little bar on the right hand side. So we can battle test it with the little button over here. So we just battle test Goblin, and in the battle test screen, it'll give you which unit you use, what level they are, weapon type and stuff. You can test that. You can also adjust it to see who you want to play with and stuff like that. So we say okay, just test it as default, make sure that it runs. Cool, some gobbies popped up. You can change the interface, you can change the way the game looks. So let's just quickly attack. Yeah, none of them have really learned any abilities. She's learned triple strike, but she needs mana for that. Or TP. He's got magic, but he can't do anything except bless people. Okay, so we're attacking them. Works. Awesome. Don't bother killing them. We know it works. So we close it up, and then we'll focus on TP or special abilities just now. From here, we're going to change some of the items. So at the moment, we've got the side view vision. You can also change it to front view if you want to, but I like the side view. And you can place where they sit. So we're going to quickly put front view. You'll see what I mean. Go to troops, and it's kind of they're on in front of you, like you would expect. You don't see your own party. They're looking at you, so you have to choose. Yeah, it's okay. You know, I prefer the side view if I'm honest. So we move them to the back to where they were. We go to system 1, make sure it's side view. Go back to the troops. And in the troops menu, you can change how many you have, same as with the items, the armor, and the weapons. So we can change the maximum, and we set it to 6, so we can create our own troops. And over here on the column above that, we'll see a new label popped up, troop number 6. And we're going to make 2 gnomes and 2 crows. So it says gnome, sorry, I'm just reading that. 2 of the magic shrooms and 2 of the crows, which are on the right hand side. We say add 2 of each. We say next, and then we just make them stand a little nicely. Just order them nicely. Nice, there we go. So we can drag the enemies to move them. You can place them anywhere. I prefer leaving it like this because it's kind of classic-y, and we can auto name it, and then it'll say Magic Shrooms 2, Crow 2. Awesome. We go and battle test it. Just keep everything standard. All right, and there we are. That's fighting. Fight, 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 fight. Fight, fight, fight. Does she have special stuff? She has special stuff. She has no magic, but she can triple strike. He's got magic and he can weapon bless, I guess. Okay, let's see how it goes. Okay, so it attacks, missed. Meh. It misses, sometimes misses. Right, so we say okay. And now we're going to save it. And there we go. We're going to focus on the database steps number 2 in the next video, where we're going to add some other things, and we're going to do a little bit more of a thorough run through. It's a very long topic. It's quite in depth, and we're going to maybe create a new unit and things in the next one. I hope you guys are learning some stuff about RPG Maker. I know I am. There's a lot of stuff I wish I knew when I started this, because it's like it gets quite intricate, and I think it gets even more so as one gets further into the game and creating the content of the game and stuff. So I recommend making a copy of your project and testing it out, playing around with the different things, and making sure that you have a backup copy at all times. So yeah, and I'm really grateful that you guys are hanging out, sticking by. And thank you so much for visiting. Thank you so much for watching. Please do remember to like and subscribe. If you haven't seen the other RPG Maker MZ tutorials that I've covered, please do have a look at those. They do come in quite handy. And I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. So until then, I wish you guys an awesome day. Bye!